Jack, do you have big witch energy? Yeah? Yeah?
Hello friends on YouTube. So hey to all of the new subscribers and the old subscribers to my little channel. This month so far has been about getting dirty in my garden. Don't mind the weeds going around the garden, that is the property, which is not up to me. So I rent in my space and there's a community garden and no one else really likes to garden out here, so I just kind of take over. I wish there were some gardening friends out here, it'd be nice, but so let me show you some of these plants. So my hyssop is doing beautiful and my mugwort. Will you look at this mugwort? It has been loving the weather, at least someone has. It is so big. It is gorgeous too. Look how green and beautiful it is. Back there are my green beans. Yes, something got in there and ate some of the beans. I have to get some more. But let me just I have to negotiate where I'm looking with where I'm stepping. So this is doing absolutely gorgeous back here. And then I think I just stepped on something. Okay, so there's my lemon there's my lemon balm. Has a little bit of yellowing because of the frost that we had. There's not much I could do about it. I do grow some thistle. Let's see, bergamot. So something weird, and I think it's been because it's so cold, my St. John's wort this year is not coming up. Neither is the lemon, which is not doing well. The anise is doing perfectly fine. And then I'm going to plant some more lemongrass right over here, because usually I get some of it to come back again, but it just didn't this year, so I'm not too sure why. And then look at this. It's like, it looks like something dug it out, but it didn't. It's just not coming through this year, which is disappointing, but I have more seeds coming in the mail tomorrow, so I can remedy that. Over here, I am going to be putting in some peas, and this is the cage for those. And then my blue corn is coming in beautifully. Spaghetti squash is over here, which I let grow like down the line. And then here is my sweet corn, and black beans are over here growing in there. Again, I leave a few of last year's stalks to help secure the ground. That way it doesn't get washed away. And then over here are all of my peppers. We eat a lot of peppers. We like them just fried up. We had them with eggs. We had them sometimes just like pepper tacos kind of a thing. So yeah, so lots of red peppers. I'm trying California Wonder peppers this year. I've never done that. That bell pepper, that one is the healthiest one. I don't know why that one's bigger than the other ones, but yeah, so the California Wonder, I'm really curious on how those are going to turn out. And then around here, I have chilies. Oh, okay, so make me a liar. I have more peppers and then the chilies, so jalapenos. Yeah, it's just a bunch of chilies I have coming up over here. The cayenne down there at the end. I have never been very successful with the cayenne peppers up here in this climate, but we'll see this year. And then my tomatoes, brandywine. What's my name? Oh, okay. So I have a friend that introduced me to mortgage lifters. I've never done this particular tomato, but this year I'm going to see how that goes. I think the name is hilarious. And then my tomatillos, of course. And then this is my tomato shrubbery. It's all the cherry and grape tomatoes, those little tomatoes. I like just making just a nice shrubbery with it. And then the weed shrubbery that I'm still working on. It is a work in progress. Over here is where I'm going to put cabbage and beets and things that are more later in the season. So here is my, I don't know what is going on here, but I'm calling it my wildflower patch. The bees have been loving it on the daytime, so I'm just leaving it there. And then my lovage is amazing. I did not know that it likes this weather, but look at how tall she is. And those flowers, I wish you can smell them through the video. it smells so good. It's like this sweet, it smells like perfume by itself. It's just gorgeous. When I'm out here and it's filling up the area. And then I have a little garden friend up here, protecting everything, little spider. I'm normally terrified of spiders, but I'm working through it by embracing that they are eating the icky things in my garden. Yeah, so back there it looks like weeds, but that's peppermint that is taking over, and I like it because, again, it deters a lot of bugs and things I don't like. Lemon balm is over there. Certain things are coming in, and then certain things are not liking the season. Like my basil's not doing very well. The pansy with the plantain, I leave the plantains going wherever they kind of sprout up wildly. I just let them be there. That is my ginger. So that's my cilantro. Again, the cold weather. And then here's my rose bushes. Something started eating them, but now they're doing well. I have no idea. Every year I deal with that. There's the mint, like I was saying. It grows all back in here, and it just smells so good. A lot of tea with this mint. So hopefully this year I'm going to get a really good harvest. And then this is a new pink rose bush that my partner got me, and it has a whole bunch of little roses. And so I'm hoping to use that in a lot of my magic this year. Let me see, is there anything else in there that I'm missing? No, so, oh, look at, you can still see the morning dew on here. That's so gorgeous. Okay, so let me see. Here's my rosemary, and, oh no, here's my mullein. It comes in as weeds, and I just transplanted over here. Everything is like not liking the last 2 weeks of cold. I know I keep saying that, but I guess I haven't either. But it's supposed to be coming up. The weather's supposed to be getting better, and so all of this squash should really start to grow. I have my little patty squash, which is my very favorite squash to eat. So here's my onions. They are doing well. They like any weather. And then I have garlic mixed in there also. I tried doing Brussels sprouts, but I think the neighbor deer has come over and just eaten them. And then my wormwood, my wormwood, pronounce. And then my calamine, I don't know why, but for some reason this looks like feverfew to me, but it's growing where I grow my calamine. So I have to double check the leaf, because sometimes I confuse those two, which they look very similar. And then comfrey's coming up. The anise again. I don't know why on this side it's not coming in as well as it is behind me, but it's coming. Garlic, oregano. Let's see, some zinnias that came in wildly. I'm just gonna let them go. And then my lavender. I don't know if I'm gonna get a good harvest of lavender this year. I might end up going to the store and just purchasing a whole bunch of more lavender, because I use a lot of it in my magic. And yeah, so my yarrow is coming in beautifully. I love that I'm already having flowers. And more plantain mixed in with the pansies. I think this is where I started. Yeah, look at how this kind of taken over. I just let them go. And then I have my little weed path. So there is my garden. Okay, so I'm gonna take you now into the world, and I need to go over and stop where we have Halloween. I was really shocked to see Halloween showing up at Michael's in June, but I'll take it because I needed to walk through and get some supplies for the craft fair coming up. I'm really thinking strongly about not just doing craft fairs, but actually going online with my stuff. Everyone at the fairs that I do asks me where online I am, and so I think maybe it's time that I actually do that. So here is the craft fair that I just did. It was down in St. Cloud. So I have so many little things, the try me divination with the witches runes and the candles, and what I tend to do is when I make something for myself, I'll make 2 of them, and then I present it here, and that way it's not like there's intention with everything that I make. And I just feel like it means more that way if it's made that way. There are certain things that I make a few things more of, like the witch's bells and things. I'm starting to get into collecting driftwood and turning that into necklaces and pendulums, and so that's kind of an obsession that I have right now. And I'm hoping in October, and I might have some pieces in August, but I'm thinking October is when I'm gonna have those ready for the fairs. And then I did want to make one mention. Someone did come by the fair who recognized the channel. I didn't get a chance to talk to them because I was helping other guests, and a question was asked how long I've been doing this, and all day someone had asked me how long I've been a witch, and I'm questioning whether or not I understood that question correctly, if they were asking that question or if they were asking like how long I've been doing the fairs and putting together like spellcraft this way for the public. And so if you're listening to this video, hi, sorry I didn't get to talk to you. And it was the first time ever that someone had recognized me or put me together with like me in the real world, and it was a little weird, exciting, weird, but like a mixture of emotions, but it was cool. So sorry I didn't get to talk to you if you are listening to this and you came back around. But yeah, so I love doing these craft fairs. I started doing the craft fairs a year ago, and I love talking to people that come through, the experienced witches, or they're interested in it, or they dabble with it. Like I love talking witchery with people. I used to be scared of it not too long ago. Like I'm a solitaire witch and I have a family tradition, and so it doesn't always fall in line with other people, and it's like, how do I talk about this? And then once I started doing it, it's beautiful. So many people and so many different ways of doing it and being, and it's so fun. And I'm not a people person too. Like usually after a craft fair, I have to like recoup for like a week and like not talk to anyone. Like I go in the garden and I just like go mad weeding or something. Anyways, let me go back to my little vlog. Hey Jack, you gonna go gardening with me? Yeah? I don't have a lot of content more, and I'm just going to share a bit of my patio area. So as you notice, most of this video is a voiceover, mostly because of worldly noises. My lime tree is doing beautiful. Look at all those blossoms. I'm really excited about being able to bring citrus that I've grown into my magic and into my kitchen. Like, that's exciting for me. I so miss the smell of citrus flowers, and having that here is just amazing. My gladiolus are hopefully going to flower. The sun has been lacking. The jasmine is back there, and then my clematis, I don't know if you can tell, it's right there. We just had a storm and all of the pink flowers just got stripped from it. And then I have a rose bush, and then the other clematis, for some reason the flowers on this one stayed. I think it's called Jackman clematis, I'm not sure. And then my rhubarb. My morning glory is not doing so well this year. Usually by now it started to spiral up on the old stems there. And then my bird of paradise is looking gorgeous. It's loving the humidity. Of course, I had to bring it in on the nights that we had frost, but it's doing pretty well. And then let me see what else. Okay, so this is the Miss Kim lilac. A lot of new growth on it. Didn't get a lot of flowers this year, but look at the new growth. It's so sweet. And my brambleberry bush. This is that wild clipping that I did a few years ago, and it is just growing like mad, and I have berries coming in. My elephant ear leaf is not doing very well, and I don't know. I'm hoping with the warmer weather coming that it'll do better, but it looks really sad. And that's called a fake citrus plant. My yucca. I had to chop it off because it got a bug infestation, and it's now starting to come back, so it looks like it's going to be just fine. I was really worried because I had to so aggressively hack it back. Look at all the green that's in there, so it looks like it's going to be fine. And then this is a traditional raspberry bush that I bought at the store. It doesn't have the fruit like this one is having, which is interesting. I love the wild caught plants are always the best versus that. So no shade on you, Raspberry. Love you too. My canna lilies are doing beautifully. They had to come in also with the temperature change. And then back there is my elder tree bush. I'm letting this grow. And then an empty bird feeder that I need to put attention to, and some more indoor plants that are come outside with me today. Let me see, let me get around this here. Okay, so over here I have my bleeding heart. Those leaves are looking a little too yellow, but the sun will come out. Oh, my brain just went into a song. And then here is my gooseberry bush. And it usually grows like in a wild shrub, and I have been training it to go up the post, and it's doing pretty well. It still reaches out, but I like it. It's easier to harvest the berries. And then some rhubarb in there. I've already harvested that and has rhubarb pie, and I might get a second harvest out of it. I don't know. Yeah, my Prox is not doing very well. The weather. So the pagoda, I think that's what it's called, that is my wife's, and it was her great grandmother's, and it's been handed down in the family. I don't know more about the story, but it's always in the garden. And the lilies are back there. And then here is my blackberry bush. It's doing really well. I had to replace that one this year, and so I'm happy with the growth. And then here is more of that brambleberry, which goes up and around my vine and thorn archway into my garden. And then I have the wind chime there for a little bit of extra protection. And out there is my garden. And you can see how half of it is like overgrown and half of it isn't. So I love wildness of nature and how it takes over everything. So I like having some weeds around. It just kind of makes it feel more real. I don't know. I don't like things overly landscaped. So, okay, so that is my garden. Let me sit down. My favorite place to sit, even though I have chairs, is on the steps. I could just sit here and enjoy everything. So yeah, you can tell by the lighting that it's gray out, and I'm just really looking forward to this. This weekend we're going camping for summer solstice, and it's supposed to jump up into the 80s and 90s. So hopefully after that we're gonna start getting some true like summer sunshine, and the garden's gonna love it. And so yeah, it's just kind of sharing. So that has been my June so far. I will make another video of the camping trip that we're about to go do. So get back into the swing of putting out weekly videos for the channel. Yeah, so thanks for hanging out with me for, I think this is about 20 minutes of me just showing you my plants. Hopefully you're having a beautiful day or night wherever you are, and happy witching.